For tens of thousands of years, they were the dominant human species in Eurasia. Stocky, powerful, and intelligent, they survived ice ages and thrived in landscapes that would have crippled us. Yet, just a few thousand years after Homo sapiens arrived on their doorstep, the Neanderthals vanished. Their disappearance remains one of humanity's greatest paleoanthropologic mysteries, igniting a provocative question. Did we, Homo sapiens, cause their extinction? Who were the Neanderthals? Let's first understand who the Neanderthals were, stripping away the old stereotype of the brutish caveman. For over 300,000 years, from roughly 400,000 to 40,000 years ago, Neanderthals populated a vast territory stretching across Europe, the Middle East, and parts of Central Asia. They were incredibly well adapted to the cold, often harsh climates of the Ice Age, characterized by their robust builds, strong bones, and distinctive facial features, like a prominent brow ridge and a large nose. But their physicality belied a sophisticated mind. Neanderthals were expert hunters, primarily targeting large game like mammoths, woolly rhinoceroses, and reindeer. Often using thrusting spears in dangerous close-quarters combat, they developed advanced stone tool technologies, notably the Mouse-Assyrian industry, capable of producing sharp flakes for cutting and scraping. They controlled fire, built shelters, crafted rudimentary clothing, and even engaged in symbolic behaviors. They buried their dead, sometimes with grave goods or flowers, suggesting complex rituals and possibly an understanding of an afterlife. Recent discoveries even hint at the use of personal adornment and simple cave art. Crucially, they cared for their injured and elderly, a testament to their social empathy. The arrival of Homo sapiens around 45,000 to 40,000 years ago, our direct ancestors, anatomically modern humans, began to arrive in Europe, migrating out of Africa. This marked a period of overlap, where for perhaps 5,000 years, two distinct human species coexisted on the same continent. What happened during this crucial coexistence? The answer is likely complex, multifaceted, and still debated. Hypotheses for their disappearance: did Homo sapiens directly wipe them out? Through warfare? While archaeological evidence from some sites suggests occasional violent encounters between the two groups, large-scale, systematic warfare leading to the extinction of an entire species is generally considered unlikely as the sole cause. Neanderthals were powerful, skilled fighters, and they wouldn't have been easily overrun. More nuanced hypotheses point to various forms of competition and environmental pressures exacerbated by our presence, resource competition, and superiority. Hunting strategies. Homo sapiens developed more efficient hunting methods, utilizing projectile weapons like spear throwers and later bows and arrows, allowing them to hunt from a safer distance. This might have given them an advantage in acquiring prime game. Dietary breadth. While Neanderthals focused heavily on large game, Homo sapiens showed a broader and more flexible diet, incorporating more fish, birds, rabbits, and plant foods. This dietary flexibility might have made us more resilient during times of resource scarcity, technological efficiency. While Neanderthals had advanced tools, Homo sapiens' innovations were more rapid and diverse, including better clothing, more advanced shelters, and possibly superior ways to preserve food. Social networks. It's hypothesized that Homo sapiens maintained larger, more extensive social networks and engaged in more complex trade. Larger groups mean more shared knowledge, better support during crises, and higher resilience. Climate change. The period of overlap coincided with a series of rapid and intense climatic fluctuations known as Danz-Gardozhger events. While Neanderthals were adapted to cold, the rate and severity of these shifts might have pushed their populations to the brink. Rapid environmental changes could have disrupted their prey populations and reduced their available hunting grounds. Even a slight decline in birth rates or increase in death rates in an already thinly spread population could be catastrophic. Disease are compelling, though hard to prove. Theory suggests that Homo sapiens may have introduced new pathogens to Neanderthal populations, much like Europeans later brought diseases to Native Americans. Lacking immunity, Neanderthals might have succumbed to these unfamiliar illnesses. Assimilation and interbreeding. Perhaps the most intriguing and widely accepted part of the story is that Neanderthals didn't entirely die out, but were, in part absorbed into the Homo sapiens gene pool. Genetic studies have revealed that non-African modern humans carry between 1% to 4% Neanderthal DNA. This suggests that interbreeding occurred during the period of overlap. Neanderthals might have simply been outnumbered by the rapidly expanding Homo sapiens populations, with their remaining individuals integrating into the larger, more adaptable groups, losing their distinct identity over time. The last Neanderthals might not have vanished in isolation, but blended into the ancestral human population. The last stands, the last known pockets of Neanderthals persisted in refugia, areas where the climate might have been less harsh or resources more stable. Sites like Gorham's Cave in Gibraltar offer evidence of some of the very last Neanderthal communities, surviving until as recently as 28,000 to 24,000 years ago. Conclusion: so did we wipe them out? The answer is unlikely, a simple yes through direct conflict. It was more probably a complex interplay of factors. Homo sapiens' more flexible adaptations, wider resource exploitation, and potentially more robust social structures likely gave them a competitive edge. Coupled with rapid climate change and possibly novel diseases, the scales tipped against the Neanderthals. Their genetic legacy, however, lives on within us, a testament to a fascinating chapter of interspecies coexistence and ultimately integration. The Neanderthals may be gone as a distinct species, but a part of them journeys on with every human who walks the earth.